What inspired you to get into artistry? Far as let's start with dancing. What inspired that?
It wasn't so much of an inspiration as it was all I knew. My parents put me in ballet class when I was 2, and I was dancing and performing ever since.
So it was just like, I'm already in it.
Yeah,
so
let
me just continue doing it.
Yeah, that was all I knew. And then, of course, once I started seeing like different artists on TV, then it was like, oh my God, yeah, I want to do this for sure.
You think people underestimate how hard it is to dance? Because, you know, obviously it seemed like people want to be like, all right, I'm just going to start dancing. Like, wait a minute, what about flexibility? What about body soreness? What about a lot of different things? You think people underestimate it?
I think people do underestimate it. When people say that dance is a sport, it really is. People get injured. You're using parts of your body that you would never use if you weren't dancing. Yeah, you put your body through a lot. So it seems like it's just fun and it's something you just know how to do, but no, if there's a lot of training that goes into it.
What made you like move out to LA in the first place? Because obviously you was dancing, but what made you get out here?
So I found out that you could pursue a professional dance career when I was probably around 18. I was still in Buffalo, but I had met these 2 dance teachers who owned a studio in Buffalo, and they told me about their journey in LA, and they were just saying, like, if you want to do this, like, if you want to dance for Janet Jackson, if you want to dance for Britney Spears or whoever was popping at the time, they're like, then you need to go to LA. Like, this is what you do. These are the dance studios you go to. You'll meet people. You get signed up with an agent. Like, I had no idea, like, what a dance agent was. So they broke down all these things to me. And during that time, I was feeling pressured to go get my degree from my family. So I knew more about that road than just going to LA and like figuring it out. So I chose to do that. But at that same time, one of my best friends chose to go to LA. So I drove with him from New York to LA, and I kind of watched him do his thing. And maybe like a year later, he was on a world tour with Britney Spears. And I was like, okay, I could do this. Like, this is my best friend from Buffalo. He's doing it. I can do it too. And then I still waited to graduate, but I eventually made my way.
Was it tough, like, to decide not to go to school for a period of time or skipping school per se to go in this direction when you're dealing with your family? Was that a tough conversation?
It wasn't even a conversation. It was like, my mom was like, no, like, you're absolutely going. I have 3 older brothers. One of them went to college, but he didn't finish. So it was like, oh, you think you're not going to school? That's funny, that's cute. And so I kind of wanted to do it too, just to say like, oh, I did it, and do it for my parents, and just to have that accomplishment under my belt. Yeah. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't. But
yeah, that's kind of how I feel about college too, you know. It's funny because I know that's a conversation, because now you're dealing with a generation that believes school is everything, because, you know, they had to fight for us to go to school or whatever the case is, not realizing it's not a lot of occupation behind these degrees as well.
Right.
And now I got $70,000 in debt, you know, behind it, and I don't even have a job based on my degree.
Exactly.
That's a tough thing.
Yeah, for sure.
What advice do you think you would give your younger self, or what would you talk to your younger self about?
I would tell my younger self that I would tell her not to pay attention to the way people are telling you how to do it, how people are telling you how to go about life or career, whatever, because I would not have gone to school. And that's because I knew what I wanted to do. If I didn't know what I wanted to do, school might have been a valid option. But starting younger is better because you have that much more time to have trial and error cycles. But you just have to really tap into your inner self, and no matter what your family is telling you, no matter what your friends are telling you, no matter what people who are already out here are saying about it, like, oh, it's so bad, I can't get work, I can't do this, because that's them. You have to just listen to yourself and go through your own experiences and make your own decisions.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.